Hello everyone, so we're going to be playing some more Talisman and continuing with the digital expansions. We're on the second to last one now, so we're only 3 to begin with, and from where I can tell, there's no real plans from the developers to make more currently, so guess this will be a pretty brief series. So we're on the second expansion, which is the Ancient Beast. So I've got some kind of like massive beasts added in as well as 2 new characters, a Trophy Hunter and 1 other. Let's see what the Trophy Hunter does. So we've got him right here. During your turn, you may sell any trophies you own, discard the chosen trophies, and gain 1 gold for each. If you move into a space that has 1 or more enemies, you may end your turn there, and your move there instead of moving the full distance as indicated by the die roll. Add 1 to your strength in battle, for each animal and beast in the battle. Well, after turning in trophies to gain strength, roll 1 die to receive a bonus reward. Or 1 to 2 gain 1 gold, 3 to 4 gain 1 fate, 5 gain 1 life, 6 gain another strength. He starts at the castle and is evil, so let's try him out. And here's the other new character, the Specialist. Whenever you're instructed to draw adventure cards, you must draw 1 additional card. Start with 3 face-down grayed-out catalog tokens, 1 for each of 3 enemy types: animal, dragon, and monster. When you defeat an enemy and take it as a trophy, if that enemy's type matches one of your face-down catalog tokens, flip that token face-up. Each face-up catalog token adds 1 to your craft value. Interesting. Oh hey, the Arcane Scion is back, only this time as an AI. So let's hope that the AI doesn't find something in this expansion to exploit as well. We might as well stay in the middle region. And since you stir this, we can take full advantage of that. Runes, draw 2 cards. The creatures you fight here add 2 to their attack rolls. Alright, Pixie and Market Day. See, we've got 1 gold currently, so you can buy a sword, a water bottle, or a helmet. We currently have none of those, so let's get a helmet, gain a little bit of extra survivability, although the water bottle could have also been useful, since we're already in the middle region, so right near the deserts. I'll take that follower. I don't believe... unless we leave the middle region, there's... well, we can use it to evade creatures and characters in the woods. There's only 1 wood space in the middle region as well. Let's see. Runs until the next beast appears. 5. Oh, that's what the beast clock in the rules was, because you can apparently set the rounds until the next beast appears. Here's it in the alternate rules. Shape Mist. it's a spell from the previous new expansion that turns something into a breach, which causes you to draw one Veil card. Draw one Veil card, and even if there are any Veil cards in the space, then just draw one Veil card, even if there are any Veil cards in the space, then counter any Veil cards on the space. Shape Miss. Cast on a space in your region where our character is just in the move, place a breach terrain card on that space. We just stole some money. You know, unfortunately, since, you know, honestly, we're still gonna keep saying a lot of the, just like basic stuff. Because, you know, we've only got 2 expansions enabled. Doesn't count the space. Oh boy. Already we found a hag. You must take her as a follower. All other followers immediately leave you, discard them. You may have no other followers until you rid yourself of the hag by visiting the village mystic, even if he ignores you. And that... which I mean... technically it's possible to find the village mystic at the castle. Well, because the village mystic is... like in Cataclysm is a denizen as opposed to a part of a space. We also got an Ageless Talisman. While a character is on the Crown of Command, add 5 to both your strength and craft. Speaking of, let's see where... really? Race to the Crown again? Again with Race to the Crown? Because, like, I know I've got it set to be a random alternate ending. Well, let me check something real quick. To make sure that you... okay, so... see random... well, see random endings. Enable all, and I did that when I started the game. Okay, so it's working. It just coincidentally happened to be... it's just been coincidentally coming up with the same one. Because I feel like when we did just Cataclysm, it was also Race to the Crown. But like, I made sure that, you know, all the alternate endings are activated and everything. So it must just be quirk of the odds that would happen to be Race to the Crown for at least the second time. time, if not the third time in a row. If that, or perhaps, you know, maybe maybe the randomization isn't truly random. You know, maybe it's like maybe it's a sequence, like with the way AEA programmed some two's genetics. Right. So let's see, castle. There's a ghost at the castle. So, you know, let's head to the oasis. We don't need to heal right now. Don't have any gold to pay this bandit, so I guess we'll just have to fight him. We're gonna reroll and got a worse result. And didn't even get saved by our helmet. After a great start. Scavenging. Oh, cool. Oh, warrior got himself some armor from scavenging. Ooh, you can see Jurasis, Blight of Magic. Sealed long ago by the power of magic, Jurasis learned to pollute the arcane forces that bound him. Through the pollution he manifests is consuming the magic of the land and spreading his plague. At the end of each round, each character not in the inner region move one space closer to Jurasis for each spell and magic object they have. Jurasis moves a character onto a space they lose one life for each spell and magic object they have. If Jurasis then places a Cursed Glade terrain card on the closest space as not already a Cursed Glade, Jurasis adds one into his attack roll for all spells and magic objects held by all characters on a Cursed Glade. If Jurasis attempts to place a Cursed Glade terrain card and they are not available, Jurasis reaches the apex, draining the land of all magic and life. If you kill Jurasis, take the magical blight and beast reward. What does him reaching the apex mean? Is this another apocalypse situation? So I know basically nothing about this expansion. I can't buy anything from this, so you know those big monsters, and that's about it. Unfortunately, the game seems to not be explaining much of anything. Right. So the chasm or the runes. Let's go to the chasm because I can actually just chuck the hag down there and be done with it. I think with the regular board, the chasm is random. Because now it's just, you have to cast on any character, or when they one card from the adventure discard pile. So the hag immediately comes back to bother somebody else. Hey, at least it's not a poltergeist that just gets reattached to you as soon as you get rid of it every time. Well, the warrior has become evil. To the influence of Mephistopheles. Right. That's 6, so we can either go to the Oasis by using our ability as this guy's name again, or we've forgotten, a trophy hunter. We can go to the temple, or we can go to the castle. So let's go to the castle, see if we can exterminate this ghost. Well, yep, the ghost is gone. You get to draw a denizen, the wagoner. Or you may pay 1 gold to the wagoner for a ride. You do roll 3 dice for your movement on your next turn. You may end your movement at any time during this move. Using the wagoner, move him to the city, tavern, village, graveyard, chapel, or castle. We can't use a wagoner because we don't have any gold, although we could sell the ectoplasm we got. But I'd rather just use that to gain some craft. Because you just need 3 more points of craft trophies. You just won't be able to get a craft point. And we might just need it since Jurassic is coming soon. He's got 15 in craft. You have to 9 strength. So actually it would probably be better to beef up our strength. Since that's the easiest way to fight him. You know, do like a true monster hunter does. Exploit your target's weakness. For some else, I'm not sure where Dresses spawns in at either. Guess we'll find out on my next turn. And every at the end of each round, every character not in the inner reach is moved 1 space closer to Jurassic for each spell or magic object they have. So I'm going to be drawn one space closer to this thing and by my talisman. And at the end of each round. Oh, and here's a poltergeist. Honestly, seems like 5 rounds into the game might be a little fast. for for such a strong enemy to need to arrive on the field. You know, maybe if things go awry, the next time I'll up the beast clock. Well, he's here. I guess it makes sense that you start from the Cursed Glade. Right. Guess I'll head to Temple because that seems to be the most beneficial option right now. It's a 4. Don't have a follower to lose, but I'm going to reroll. There's an object. If I get rid of my Ageless Talisman, though, I won't be dragged towards a big monster, but it's also a really good item. Well, I mean, you know what? Most of its benefit comes late in the game. Like, its benefits are, it's a talisman, and when somebody, in fact, actually, because our ending is Race to the Crown, unless a weird ghost exploit from last time counts, that happens again, then the ability will never become active, because by the time it does, the game's already over. Since as soon as anybody gets onto the Crown Command, and that's it. Whoever did it wins the game. So I mean, there's not much specific benefit to having an Ageless Talisman over any other talisman. And like, the other talismans from Cataclysm are probably a lot better that are in this particular situation. Especially if there's one that beefs up your strength a bit. Which I imagine there is, because there's one that adds to your craft, so it makes sense if there was also one for strength. Poor Arcane Scion's probably gonna... Nope. It's like the main one getting dragged is probably the Druid, because he's got 2 spells. Yep. He has been in the... But hey, he actually got into the middle region through being dragged towards Jurasis. So our options are runes or fight that bandit again. Let's go for the runes. Sorcerer and Siren. Well, everybody in this region is missing their next turn, so... Does that just mess the druid up real bad? Because now he doesn't even get a chance to run away. Hey, before Jurasis pulls him in. Granted, you have had to have rolled at least a 3. Yeah, I think, to even get far enough. Actually, no. 2 would be enough to make it where he'd get pulled back to the same space his next turn. Well, at the end of the round. Well, he's got 3 spells right now, so he's getting dragged 3 spaces at the end of each round. Though he is expending one of his spells, so no, he's basically loosened some of Dress's grasp on him. But now he's been fully dragged in. And so now there's a more cursed glade. He as Dressus has been able to cause some damage to somebody. See, Wanderer, they bring in with them tidings of woe. All characters lose one fate. 2, they give you bad travel advice. These move only 1 space using their next turn. 3, they tell you a very tall tale about their travels. 4 to 5, they offer to sell you a map for 1 gold. 6, they decide to retire and gives you their old gear. Or take a haversack and a water bottle from the purchase deck. Let's encounter the Wanderer. Maybe we'll get 6. Nope, it's a 1. So now everybody's lost 1 fate as well. A save from before the apocalypse. 2 to 3, you roll 2 dice. 2 to 3 collapse, lose 2 life, and you can discard this card. 4 to 7, wander the empty streets. 8 to 9, a hidden cache, gain into gold. 10 to 12, ancient shop, take 1 object of your choice from the purchase deck and discard this card. Well, the druid has freed himself quite a bit from Dressus's grasp. He's gonna get dragged back by 2 spaces as of the end of the round yet again. And unless he casts one of those spells. Well, Bird's music was horrid. The warrior opted to not move away from the city. Interesting that the Arcane Scion has nothing magical. So he actually doesn't get dragged around. Potentially it's just these two that seem to be getting dragged right now. See, I am nowhere near strong enough to take on Jurassic right now, so I'm gonna head over here, find a Fountain of Wisdom. See, he sells spells for the price of 1 gold per spell. I have basically no use for that because, for one thing, I'm not sure if I was even smart enough to have a spell before, or I gained that one craft. I think maybe it's 3. It's either 3 or 4 that you need to be able to have a spell. But yeah, I think you need 4 craft, and the druid's gonna be dragged 3 spaces unless he casts all those spells. But he's only like 3 spaces away from Jurassic as it sits right now anyway. Although it's also not his turn, so it just became his turn, so at least he was able to move a bit away from Jurassic. I mean, we're gonna have another beast soon. Named it Zephyr. Never faltering or ending. Its destruction knows no bias. Its winds blow through with enough force to wipe away a whole village in an instant, constantly on the move. It neither knows nor cares for anything that may be on its path. The enemy Tron Zephyr moves 1 space clockwise and 1 additional space for each card currently on its space. Zephyr will remove 1 life for each character moves through. When Zephyr moves, it brings any cards from its original space with it, depositing them on the space it moves to. Before encountering Zephyr in battle or psychic combat, lose 1 life for each armor and weapon you have. If Zephyr passes the space with it started this movement on, Zephyr reaches the apex, completing the Eternal Storm. If you kill Zephyr, take the Eternal Spark Arc Beast reward. It starts on the crags. And it's much weaker than... And Zephyr is much weaker than this guy. Because it's only 7 and 7 as opposed to 9 and 15. So hey, well, I mean, it's also going to be on the outer region as opposed to the inner region. And so I'd have to, if I want to be the one to kill the thing, I'd have to leave the middle region. Now it's time for the druid to get dragged multiple spaces back to the graveyard. Right. See, desert or castle. Let's just head to the castle. Draw a denizen, temple priest, roll 2 dice to pray. 2, you'll lose 2 life, 3, you lose 1 life. 4, discard 1 follower, 5, discard 1 object. Well, it's about my only option, so 3 lose 1 life. Alright then. Really just hoping to get some trophies using this point. Look, dead magic. For the next 3 rounds, the characters cannot use spells or cannot cast spells or use magic objects. But the spells and magic objects are still there, so the characters that currently have those things are still gonna get dragged around. Oh no. I can't even go back to those rooms and get some more craft either. I mean, honestly, I'm focusing more on strength right now anyway, because that's the best way to be able to beat Yggdrasil. You're also gonna have Zephyr appearing, hitting in one round. Wait, actually, I think that might be the end of this round that Zephyr will be appearing in. The end of this round or beginning of the next one. Yep, Zephyr has arrived. I guess I'm gonna step over to these hills. Broken Spire. Roll 2 dice, 2 3 are cursed. Lose and become a toad. 4 to 5 have time trap, lose 1 turn. 6 to 7 moldy scroll, gain 1 spell. 8 to 9 odd potion, gain 1 craft. 10 to 11 spellbook, gain 2 spells. 12 wizard's lab, gain 2 craft, gain 1 spell, then discard this card. And it's 5, so it's a time trap. So now to wait for the AI players to take basically their turn twice. Since I've lost my turn. The specialists in the arcane science should probably start running soon, since they're about, I mean they've got plenty good chance of as a roll like more than a 1. Oh, in fact, the warrior just freed the specialist from getting dragged around. Oh, the specialist actually has a poltergeist, so she can't move more than 1 space per turn. Hey, now it's the warrior. It's going to be dragged in 1 space from having a magic object. Well, the druid has been brought forth to Jurassic yet again. And he's also dead. Like Jurassic was able to kill him outright. Yeah, yeah, because I believe it's equal to the number of spells and magic objects you have, not just the number of not just one life they've lost. Hey, at least the ghost doesn't have to worry about getting dragged around. Because he's free of all of his earthly magical possessions. Warriors just attacking people all over the place. The specialist has just gained a couple followers. And let's see, how many spaces does stuff remove? Moves one space clockwise and one additional space for each card currently on its space. Okay. And you know, if it makes it all the way around the board on one turn. You know, when Zephyr moves it brings a... If Zephyr passes the space it started its movement and on, Zephyr reaches the apex, completing the Eternal Storm. Right. It's either Cursed Glade or Desert. You know what? I don't have anything magical, so I'm just gonna head over here. When you visit the junk dealer, you may discard one of your objects at random to take one object of your choice from the purchase deck. Yeah, you hit the junk dealer, then moves 4 spaces clockwise. Sure, oh, I guess I didn't actually get a choice in that. But you know what? I'll take a greatsword. You know, something to beef up my combat abilities. I'm sure I'll be able to get a new helmet later. Plus, with the lack of enemies I've been drawing, getting it. Whatever ends up likely killing me won't even... The helmet probably won't even be applicable. Ooh, Heart of Night. What's that do? Heart can carry an extra one object for you. If you lose an attack, the victor may not take either the heart or the object stored inside. Oh, it's basically just a concealed pouch. Warriors decided to challenge the Sentinel. Well, perhaps he's going to try and slay Jurassic. But not right now. But she's also being, you know, dragged steadily towards Jurassic, so... this is the only turn that he has to worry about to, you know, to have the Sentinel technically, as long as he remains within the metal region, and after his move. He's being dragged towards those dresses one in the space at a time. Right, time to, I think I'll head over to the Hidden Valley. Undying Horde. When the Undying Horde is drawn, each character must place all of their strength trophies on the space. Does anyone even have any strength trophies at this point? Oh, the Specialist has a couple. And the Arcane Scion has one too. Right. Great Sword. It's got a total of 11, but could roll 1, but it didn't this time. If it just rolled a 1, I could have just killed all of those things that turn, but nope. But you know, only 1 in 6 chance of it rolling a 1, so... Now I'm almost dead. As I better find some way to heal if possible. But hey, at least I don't have any magic objects or spells, so I'm not gonna get dragged into Jurassi's next turn. Which actually I need 2 magic objects or spells. Well, in that case. You know, I would also die instantly if I did get dragged into Jurasis. Yes, regardless of how many A items I had. It looks like the warrior has opted to return to the outer region. And for another round of attacking the other AI players. Or not the Specialist, it's the Poltergeist, not the Hag. When looks like Zephyr's building up speed. Need a little bit. Let's see. But yeah, because it's gonna start dragging those things with it. Let's head to the temple and hopefully not roll low enough to die. Oh, actually, quite the opposite. It actually rolled enough to get healed. So now we're no longer on the brink of death. Instead, well, the biggest danger is 2 things that are getting continually closer to their apex, which again I assume means the game ends with everybody losing. I think, actually I don't think this ever is going to be picking up speed now, because I think those are denizen cards. I'm not sure if it picks up those. Yes, I think it's actually... yeah, all the cards on this space are denizen cards plus effort itself. See... I mean, it doesn't specify adventure cards, so... I guess it depends on how they programmed it. Okay, does not take denizens with it. And there's also another new monster. Kellen, the Smoldering Titan. Guardian ancestor of the dragons, Kellen is enraged at the defilement of the sacred dragon realm and the royal dragon tower. The Smoldering Titan then seeks his revenge on the heroes of Talisman, hindering those who stand in his path, nothing to smoldering heaps of ash. Once the dragon is on the board, Kellen cannot be encountered. Dragons in the same region and as Kellen to add 3 to their attack scores. For each point of life Kellen is missing, it increases his strength and craft by 2. Each time you encounter Kellen, you are engulfed by the protective ash cloud. And it must lose 1 life. At the end of your turn, at the end of each round, Kellen heals 1 life and it moves up to 4 spaces towards the nearest dragon. And if able, when Kellen comes to rest, it consumes it. Here in a choking hot ash cloud, any followers in that space are killed, and all their adventure cards, which are not dragons, are discarded. Any characters in the space must lose 1 life. If you defeat Kellen, you may encounter it again immediately. If you kill Kellen, take the glaive of Kellen's Beast Reward. And it's a 7/7 with 3 life. Looks like it was designed primarily to work with the Dragon expansion. I could almost fight it pretty well. Like it will be an almost roll off. Alright, my option are desert and desert, so I think I'll head over to the one that has remnants on it. Trashdown Thief. Serve your turn if the top card of the discard pile is an object, you may take it. If you do, ditch one of your objects. And salvage. And I'm also back to being on the brink of death. But maybe I'll, for instance, roll another 1 and get to just head over to the Oasis. Plus, you know, thanks to the Realm of Souls expansion, death isn't as terrible. At least as long as you don't get trapped in an eternal Crown of Command prison. Right, hunt them down. When you attack an enemy in battle or sacred combat, put 1 fate token on this card. You may complete this quest at the end of your turn. Learn if you have 2 or more fate tokens on it. Okay, the druid's almost back to life. Like, if he can just get back to the location of his dead body, then he can come back. Granted, that's also the space Drasus is on, but I don't know how exactly that works out. The warrior just picked up another magic object, so he's gonna start getting dragged by two spaces. He uses now. Shifting maze. Go to the right, you moves 1 space in any direction. Yeah, I'm gonna actually read that. See, shifting maze. The player to your right, he moves 1 space. He's in a region 2 or 3. Safe. 4 to 5, move 1 space in any direction. 6, take another turn after this one. Interesting. Oh, is there a dragon around? Because, like, I kind of figured... Kind of figured that would only move... Calendar, and it'll only move when there's a dragon. And for him to move towards. Let's see... The end of each round, Callan and heals 1 life and moves up to 4 spaces towards the nearest dragon if able. It's like... Oh... So, dragon here? Yeah. No? Unless maybe it's not displaying it because it's a veil card or something. Oh wait, there's a dragon over here. Here, so... That's what Calland is following. Wait, because I can step over to the oasis easily because this bandit is here. I'm just gonna decapitate this bandit real quick with my greatsword. Hopefully. Or maybe not. As he just beat me again. And now I'm back down to 1. But hey, just hopefully if I die I won't get sent into an eternal old prison on the Crown of Command. Because if that happened, I'd probably just like fast forward at that point, rather than just sit here and watch the AI basically play the game even without me. It's like, if there's a way out of that particular trap, then and the priest wasn't able to find it last time. And another... What did I just get targeted with? To medium. Based on in front of any other character, that character must put top of the adventure deck on the start of their turn. Okay, so I'm encountering some kind of veil card. Or the next time I draw an adventure card, if I draw an adventure card this turn. Which I'm going to, because there's a Ravenous Wraith. Spirit of eternal hunger that seeks to feed the void within its twisted heart. To encounter the wraith, you must discard 1 follower. Well, there goes a trash town thief. Alright, looks like I'm not dying just yet. Instead, I'm actually gaining some craft. And because all I had to do was attack enemies, not kill them. And the Talisman of Power grants you 2 strength while in the middle or inner region. Although now I am also going to be being dragged one space towards Jurassic every turn. Well, not every turn, at the end of every round. But hey, I might also be able to challenge Jurassic and possibly kill it. Because in combat I now have a total of 8 strength. You know, at the very least, maybe I can challenge Jurassic and have this guy go out in a blaze of glory. And then just become a ghost on top of... Look, you visit a place, put one unfailed hate token on this card. Or you may complete this quest at the end of your turn if you have 2 or more fate tokens on it. Yeah, if I get dragged onto Jurassic's... Oh wait, I actually don't... I'd actually need to derive more strength from a source other than my Talisman, because as soon as I'm sort of within Jurassic's domain, I lose a strength buff from the Talisman. So I would actually have 6 strength in a battle with Jurassic specifically. So what I would actually want to do is go get at least 3 strength from somewhere, so at least it's a roll-off. You know, somewhere that's not derived from... source that's not magical in origin. And because Jurassic dwells in the Cursed Glade, so... Oh, I can't get... any buffs from my... a Talisman along there. Right. Got 1. And so pretty much... I'll replace my quest for another copy of Hunt Them Down, I guess. Oh wait. Need to get quest to discard. Right, so I've got... Oh wait, no, I think I've got a new copy of Hunt Them Down now. That is... No, because I discarded the previous one. And when I redeemed it for... Or my nice new Talisman. Of course, you know, I'm just gonna get dragged to the exact same space I was on before, or at the end of this round. But hey, at least, you know, as long as I don't run towards the thing, being dragged back 1 space isn't terrible. If you start moving towards Jurassic, but don't quite get there, that's bad. Because, you know, as long as I can stay away from being like adjacent to the thing, then I don't have to worry about it until I'm good and ready. Right. That's 2. Oh no. Well, either way, I'm dead at this point. Unless... Nope. That helped. Well, that did not help at all. Let's just hope it doesn't reach its apex. Thanks after it eats me. Because it's in fact actually the warrior's also gonna get dragged in there if he doesn't move far enough away. Ooh, chill rate for new art. Well, the warrior has been able to get a doctor to come visit him in the graveyard. I mean, he also had no use for said doctor at all. Also, that was just kind of a waste. Yep, there I go. Being consumed by a big old monster. And so now I'm a ghost. But hey, at least I get to keep my craft. It's not just gonna float on over here. Rebellious spirit curse. When the rebellious spirit is your follower, you and your opponent must subtract one for your attack rolls. Rolls for each trophy you have. You and your opponent? I mean, I don't have any trophies, so doesn't really make much of a difference. Now the queen has returned. It's naturally he's getting a bunch of cursed ghost items. Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what happens if you come back to life on the same space as Jurasis. Like, do you fight it and then die again? But I mean, if you have the stuff scattered around Jurasis' feet from the 2 people have died is enough, then depending on when you end up encountering the thing, then you might be able to actually kill it. Just like immediately after coming back from the dead. Because like all it would take is enough non-magical sources that are buffing your strength. Things scattered around the thing's feet. Like, I mean, if I can get just my great sword and the unicorn. Oh, and there's another new monster. Let's see what this one is. Nugwasha, Mother of Monsters. The Mother of Monsters has arisen into a land of opportunity. She devours the new creatures of the realm, preparing herself to spawn a new generation of monsters. At the end of each round, and Nugwasha moves to the nearest enemy on the board and devours it, placing the card onto Nugwasha. If there are multiple enemies on the space, one is chosen at random. Any character heroes on the space needs to lose one life. If each card in Nugwasha symbolizes another head she has grown and adds 1 to her attack rolls. This Nugwasha has 20 enemies on her card. She will move 1 space closer to the chasm per turn. If she's on the chasm and has 20 or more cards, Nugwasha reaches the apex, spawning horrors which decimate the land. Each time you defeat Nugwasha, remove 1 of her heads immediately exchange it for either strength or craft. Nugwasha had only 1 head remaining. She is killed. If you kill Nugwasha, take the Heart of Monsters Beast reward. Right. Well, the desert isn't of much use to me. Let's see, the runes. Which actually, wait, since remember, since it's a 8, isn't it? That is a not cheat. Since I'm in the realm of souls, everything is just draw 1 veil card. It's time to face your judgment. Roll 1 die. You 1, you're punished for your sins, lose 1 life. 2 to 3, fate has not yet decided a path for you, nothing happens. 4, choose another ghost character who must roll 1 die on this turn immediately. 5, you're rewarded for your good deeds, gain 1 life. 6, you are resurrected. Come on, 6. Nope, 5. Hey, that means that I can potentially come back. You know, I might as well just come back on my next turn by stepping onto the Jurassic space and see if I can fight it. Because, you know, if I lose, I just die again. If I win, we no longer have to deal with Jurassic, and I get whatever. You get its beast reward. Well, it looks like the warrior might have been about to kill Jurassic, but like, he's also about to get dragged into Jurassic and take 2 damage in the process. See, Rebellious Spirit. Oh, got an opportunity to give away a card. Oh, it's a fairy caravan. Oh no, that means I have to give away my 1 life. And I've got a hag now. So unless the Arcane Scion feels like giving away. Let's see, does he give away 1 life? Yes, he does. At least I think I'll gain. Yep, gained 1 life. So all that did was it got rid of the rebellious spirit for me. Well, I do now have a hag, but That's... It's not that... Oh, it could actually be a problem. Actually, see. We're ditching any followers and objects and not soulbound in the process. Okay, so... I'm not entirely sure how that works exactly when it comes to you, the hag. But you know what, let's find out. You know what, you know... Oh. I just come back and nothing happens. Neat. I was fully prepared to just like come back from the dead immediately into battle. But I guess not. You just come back and don't encounter any of the things on the space. Which means I'm free to just go somewhere else. Of course, that also means I don't get my greatsword back until Eldrassus is dead at the very least. And now there's additional incentives to kill the thing. There's also a monster over here. I think the warrior might have been able to prevent the damage he was taking. And from his encounter with the beast. Does he have... Yeah, he's got 3 magic items, so... Oh good, at least Nagasha doesn't deal 1 damage when moving through somebody's space. It's just any characters on the space lose 1 life. She's got 3, and she's got 4 heads now. Four out of the 20 she needs to start heading towards the chasm to birth her new children. Let's see. Alright, that's the Undying Horde. I do not have the strength to really deal with that right now, so I'm gonna head over to the ruins. And immediately die again. From pestilence. But hey, that just means I can find some more neat stuff in the realm of souls. But you never know, maybe I'll be judged again. And this time I'll just come back, rather than gaining life. And even having to move back to where my grave marker is. It is to reunite myself with my body. You know, maybe this time I'll stick around in the Realm of Souls a little bit longer. Now that I know that when you come back you don't encounter any of the things on the space you returned on. Which means the Druid could honestly just come back whenever he wants. That is because, like, the warrior's almost been dragged in again. Oh, and also, the Zephyr has been picking up speed. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's moving 7 spaces a turn. Oh, now there's one the Undying Horde is gone. The Goblin and the Wild Boar remain. Let's see. Yep, so Nagusha is basically at 12 strength right now. Now in 12 craft. Well, I mean that doesn't really matter much because I'm not even in that realm right now. It's like I'm not gonna be able to hunt any corporate hail monsters until I'm able to come back. Now I've been defeated by... Oh! Okay. So you're actually just dead. If you lose 1 life when in the Realm of Souls and have 0 life. Hey, okay. So I guess I get a new character now. Rather than having to worry about the whole process of bringing the trophy hunter back from the dead. Now the specialist is a ghost for a few turns. Okay, at least it's not like I really built that much up. Like I had 2 craft and that was about it. So alright, so now I can be either the scavenger, the troll, or the priest. I'm gonna go with the troll because he's got a lot of strength. So maybe he can start just walloping some big old monsters. Probably not... Yeah, definitely not Nagusha though. Not just yet. Because she's at a 13, she's gonna have at least a 14. So I guess I'll head over to the meeting place. Encounter either the sage or the alchemist. don't really have much use for either. Well, because, you know, fresh new, nice new troll doesn't have anything. And also, there's another new monster. Because I have been doing a poor job of keeping track of the new monsters as they arrive. Sura 2, new Hive Queen. Having fled her original nest that was brought to ruin in a natural disaster, the Hive Queen now terrorizes the surface. Grown to the power of her worth emanating from the Crown of Command, she wishes to establish a new hive, one that will engulf the whole land of Talisman so that none shall harm her brood. At the end of each round, Surat 2 moves 3 spaces clockwise, and 1 additional space for each space each she moves containing a brood token. Any characters Surat 2 passes while moving lose 1 life and must miss her next turn trapped in her web. Surat 2 lands on a space. She places 1 brood token on that space. She then discards all face-up enemies on that space and places an additional brood token down for each enemy discarded. Characters on spaces with brood tokens reduce their rolls by 1 for each brood token on that space. After a character ends their turn on a space with a brood token, remove any brood tokens there. If there is a brood token on each space in Surat 2's region, she reaches the apex. Each time you defeat Surat 2, take a deadly poison beast reward. If you kill Surat 2, you take the Queen Crest beast reward. Right. Still have no idea what any of these beast rewards do. Because, you know, the game hasn't really been explaining much. Oh, and looks like the Warriors decided to challenge Zephyr. She's got a good chance of being it. But yeah. Well, that's 1 big monster down. He's gained the Eternal Spark. Or Beast Reward as a result. A shard of the Eternal Storm, a fraction of power that few could ever hope to control. Whenever you're encountered by a character, they lose 1 life for each armor and weapon they have. Also, so you can gain some of their abilities basically. By killing them. Oh, now it's time for an auction. Guess I'll throw my 1 gold in. You never know. Yeah, I kind of figured that would be the case. And my 1 gold would not be a winning amount. Well, the minstrel is very nearly been dragged into Jurassic. How big is this? 8-8 and you take a minus. This one fighting it. Then on space was the word token. Oh hey, at least I got my 1 gold back. Soul Seal. Seal contains the power of... That's not a character that has that item. I think neither character has that. Nobody has that item. See, the seal contains all the power. Contains the power of all the memory of all the mysteries of the soul. All of your objects and followers become soulbound. Oh, that's a pretty dang good item. You know, makes it to where you no longer lose anything when dying. Or when coming back, for that matter. Because normally, when you come back, you have to ditch all the items you gathered in the realm of souls. But not this one. I guess it depends on if they're soulbound or not. Because if you can find items in the realm of souls that are in fact soulbound, then you keep those. Well, I mean, that also means that you can exploit that to get rid of curses. Which is why the specialist now has Shackles of Silence and Chains of Greed. Which I know, because she doesn't have the Seal of Souls, actually. So I guess those items are just soulbound. Well, the warrior just lost his healing kit. Trying to heal himself after an encounter with the Hive Queen. Just gonna step over here and just sort of squash some bugs. Her screaming winds run through the land. For 2 rounds, characters in all regions may only move 1 space per turn. Ghost characters may move as normal or reduce their movement by 1. Alright, so now everybody except the Ghost of the Druid has to move 1 space per turn. For the next 2 turns. The King of the Dead. Oh well, looks like the King of the Dead isn't going to be relevant. And instead, the ghost is just gonna fight and hit a leech. All the warriors very nearly he got dragged into near the space. He's a have the I think Jurassic may very well apex pretty soon. Here at this rate. There's a cursed glade right here. Oh look, it's troll versus ogre time. Alright, defeated that ogre. Which means I'm close to gaining another point of strength, which I can then use to kill monsters. Which also, let's see. Oh, there's gonna be another new monster next turn. Phobos, the twins. Embroiled in an eternal sibling rivalry, the twins roam around the region in an attempt to gain favor with the gods. Not staying apart from each other's efforts until brought face to face with one another. When Phobos is revealed, Deimos is drawn from the deck as well. Then Phobos becomes frenzied. At the end of each round, Phobos moves 3 spaces clockwise and is frenzied in additional space. The twins alternate being calm and frenzied. If frenzied, their strength and craft values are doubled, and their effects do not take place. If either loses a life, it becomes frenzied and the other calm. If the twins are ever across the Storm River from one another, they'll exchange places, and whichever is frenzied will take a life from the other. Their temperament is then swapped. Now, when characters in the same region as Phobos trade in trophies as they gain craft, they'll reduce the number of craft points needed by 1. If Deimos is killed, Phobos becomes permanently frenzied. If you defeat Phobos, take the Phobos' Fury, beast reward. Let's see. Like does Phobos not have? Is Phobos specifically craft based? Or perhaps we don't know yet. How strong he will be. Yeah, but hey, I mean, we'll see him soon. You know, he's a coming in 2 turns and bring Deimos with him. Which I imagine Deimos is present in the outer region. Since it talked about them being across the Storm River from each other. But like they only move presumably clockwise and counterclockwise or something. Which I mean we'll see in 2 rounds. That's exactly how it works. Well, the Warrior Bear hope he rolls more than a 3. Or at the very least, a 3. Because otherwise, he's gonna get dragged in again. And it's not gonna be pretty. Because he's gonna lose 3 life. Oh, also, everybody can just freely cross over because the Guardian was replaced by a Cursed Glade. So no evil character may have the Holy Lance. Yeah, it's a magic object, so I'm not sure how useful it will be. So maybe I'll actually visit the chapel. There's all these denizens. Yeah, I'll pay the chapel a visit. See, Chapel Warden. I can heal up to my life value at the cost of 1 gold each. I may become good or evil. Heal up to your life value at the cost of 1 gold each. You may also buy a healer's kit for 1 gold. Heal 1 life. Heal 1 life at the cost of 1 gold. More healing. Maybe actually I could steal her, her healer's kit while her back is turned. Earned it. Grave Tender. Replenish fate up to your fate value at the cost of 1 gold each. Cult Leader. Discard one follower or become evil. We don't have a follower to discard. Fortune Teller. Fate stuff. Village Mystic. Same as always. Royal Emissary. She invites you to join in her cohort. Search the Denizen deck for a Denizen of your choice. Add it to the space and visit it. If you roll a die, add to this Denizen, add 2 to your result. And I also get to draw a Denizen. Famous Brawler. Pay 1 gold to roll 1 die and add your strength to the result. You know what? Sure, I've got 1 gold. Draw, gain 1 strength. Because, you know, got +6 to it. I think the best possible result. But yeah, the absolute crown the new champion. Each level character must give you 1 object or follower. But unfortunately, I just wasn't strong enough for that to be a possibility. I would need at least 7 strength and to roll a 6 for that to be possible. And unfortunately, there's no going back to him, because he has gone off to the discard pile. So unless there's another famous brawler at some point, he can't really. Well, looks like the warrior has decided. Why did you do that, warrior? Surely you knew that wasn't going to go well for you. Let's move on. Let's see. It's 1 to attack roll for all spells and magic objects held by all characters on a cursed blade. Yeah, there's 2 characters with a lot of magic objects in the vicinity of, with a lot of spells and magic objects in the vicinity of the thing. Like the specialist is pretty much as good as dead at this point. And because she's about to get dragged, like, see, something I needed to click on. See, 1. Oh wait, no, maybe not, because the Shackles of Silence, weirdly enough, are not. Oh, and on top of that, she can't even use her magic objects anywhere. Because of the Shackles of Silence. So Sword of the Fallen, Potion of Strength. Yeah, she's got 4 magic objects. Which means that she's going to get dragged over 4 spaces and then take 4 damage if she runs into Drasus. However, that actually weakens Jurassic some because now the specialist will no longer be able to be in the vicinity of it carrying those items. But then again, depending on how many Cursed Glade place cards are left, it might be about to reach its apex. Next, I don't know. Well, it hasn't apexed yet. In fact, actually, let's see. I believe it's a terrain deck. It'll have all those. Yep. Cursed Glade. Okay, so. Well, let's see. Attempts to place a Cursed Glade terrain card on them not available. Jurassic reaches the apex, draining the land of all magic and life. So, it's going to reach its apex pretty much the very next time it kills someone. Like, if it gets to kill 2 more people. And well, you know, the warrior can encounter that. Basically, if it kills 2 more people, then it will reach its apex. Whatever that means. I assume it's like, you know, during the last Omen card, everything comes to an end. So now the warrior has to encounter like 3, like 3 crack. Have to actually. Something's going on over here as well. Because there's like there's a lot of skulls here. Oh, it's Phobos. Oh, and here's Deimos. Boiled in an eternal sibling rivalry, blah 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 blah. He moves 3 spaces clockwise and frenzied an additional space. Okay, so if the twins are ever across the storm river from one another, they will exchange places, and whichever is frenzied will take a life from the other. The temperament is in SWAT. Okay, so. Well, they're basically gonna be moving around in their respective regions, possibly ending up fighting each other. What exactly is going on? Let's see, trial. Choose another character on the board and on the inner region. Move to that space and face him in psychic combat. If you defeat any of the characters, you gain lives equal to their life total, and they lose 1 life. If they become a ghost character, you may be resurrected. What happened is that the Eternal Spark killed the ghost, so now the specialist is fully gone. Honestly, I could almost fight Jurassic already. Like if I could get like a great sword or something, that would be great. Because then I'd get an additional +2 in combat. I could use that for fighting against it. You could use that in the battle against a big monster. Let's see what's over here. I believe that's all in the realm of souls. Also, there's nothing there actually. Said there's a hero here. And the hero arrives, everybody has to when revealed, every character in every region must ditch one follower. Okay. Well, hopefully it doesn't roll high. And of course it rolled high. Yeah, I could have done something about it if it hadn't rolled high. Which I mean, it looks like it may be wrapping things up for this soon. If, you know, Apex is what I think it is. Since all it takes is like 2 more people to get killed by Jurassic. Oh, now somebody actually has a soul seal. And all this time it's the ghost of the druid. Which I feel like at this point the druid might just be content to just be a ghost. Which I mean, you know, he doesn't have to deal with most of the whole monster problem. Speaking of monsters, okay, we're still pretty far away from the next beast arriving. It got 4 whole rounds. Now before, well, 3 whole rounds before the next beast arrives. And the Wanderer has returned, offering to sell a map have to people, but getting turned down. Well, the Minstrel and the Warrior are both pretty close to getting dragged into Jurassic's hungry maw. Let's see, ruins or city. City has Bard, Black Knight, Mayor, Inquisitor, Shopkeeper, and Pool of Souls, and Alchemist. So let's see, I don't have any use for the Shopkeeper right now because as I don't have any money. I think I'll just go to the ruins. The Rune Sword and the Hermit. That's a 6 minus 1. Because weirdly enough, the token and the like hive token effects rolls are just for a random result rather than actually doing something special. You know, like basically, it's not just to hinder you. It also skews random results also a little as well. Well, because like that hermit could not go to the forest because there was a hive space, because there was a brute token on the same space. And you know, it's a minus 1 to all rolls you make on that space. Until the brute token gets cleared away at the end of the turn. Oh, and the ghost has retrieved my old talisman. So he's got 2 talismans, but I'm not sure ghosts can even use them for their primary purpose. Well, honestly, with all the forgotten beasts, getting to the Crown of Command has kind of become a secondary objective at this point. We've got Kurnos coming up, Runelord Elder. In the Great Silence, a mighty Runelord was laid to rest. As their body was salvaged and scattered throughout the land and his idols to worship. Aeons passed, and with a resurgence of magic across the land, the edge stones began to glow with the power imbued within them, reawakening that which once lay within. Kurnos starts with 5 runic tokens. Kurnos' his life is equal to the number of runic tokens it holds. At the end of each round, Kurnos is drawn on towards the nearest character on the inner region that has a spell. Move Kurnos moves 1 space per spell all the character holds. If there's a tie or no characters with a spell, Kurnos does not move. Place a rune card wherever Kurnos ends its turn. If you're defeated by Kurnos, return any runic tokens you have instead of losing a life. You are then transported to another rune space chosen by the character to your right. Each time you defeat Kurnos, notice the Runelord rewards you with a runic token. Add 1 to your attack roll on rune space. He says, for each runic token you have, if you kill Kurnos, place the Shrine of Kurnos on your space and take the Runelord's tablet and a beast reward. And it starts on the Portal of Power. And it doesn't look like this one can Apex. So it's not that big of a threat. Like at least... But I mean, again, I'm not even entirely sure what Apexing does. But it's probably not good. And while Jurassic is about to do it, so you might just see exactly what it is. You know, there's no, we're about out of it. Yeah, I think the warrior just got killed by Jurassic. Nope, almost. The warrior barely survived. Oh, now the Titans have switched. See, how strong is this guy? Oh, he has no strength. You can't fight him with him in combat. Let's see. Plains or fields. How big is this guy? He's 7. Let's see. For each point of life Callan is missing, increases strength by craft by 2. I think I'll just go to the plains nearby. Restless Dead. Take all trophies from all characters and shuffle them, starting with your space and continuing clockwise. Please place one enemy face up in each space until all the cards have been placed. Then discard this card. Right? Time to just kill this ogre again, I guess. This time with my fancy new sword. Alright, need to ogre killed again. And hey, even though I haven't been fighting any of the monsters, I've at least been helping keep the Hive Queen from apexing because I keep removing her brute tokens. At the same time, you know, we might be getting close to the end, depending on exactly what Apex does. Judging by the flavor description, I imagine it just ends the game. This is, you know, it's talking about, so like, draining the land of all life and magic. Hey, that, you know, I've been live for no more than 2 hours, so could be a pretty good time to end up wrapping this game of Talisman up. But if you know, a couple more characters get dragged onto the rest of the space, these and die. Okay, so looks like the minstrel's only going to be dragged a couple spaces. Well, what caused me to move? Wait, Blizzard. No, that won't cause me to move. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But you know what? I'm gonna fight a big nasty dragon. Fight with strength. It's pretty much a roll-off, but you know, I basically have enough strength I basically have enough of a bonus to break a tie. Right? Reroll with fate, and it's a 2. So I lost. But hey, trolls have plenty of life to spare. Although the mother of monsters is also about to come over here to get a new head. That I think, because there is a goblin on this space as well. They just wasn't able to encounter because the beast is also here. Oh, the warrior died. And in fact, see. I think did the warrior die from? Let's see. Actually, let's check the terrain cards, see if there's a cursed glade in here still. Nope. I'm not seeing a cursed glade anywhere. Nope. So guess we're about to see Jurassic Apex. If it kills another character, and the minstrel is just barely out of reach of Jurassic. So as long as he doesn't move one space forwards towards Jurassic, we're fine. Like, well, actually, no, because he's gonna get dragged to directly adjacent. So it depends on whether or not the blizzard is still going to be happening. And when it comes to the minstrel's next turn. Though he'll actually survive currently. You know what is causing me to move around? Is it this? No? I have no idea why I keep sliding over to the next space. But hey, I can fight this beast again. Fight with strength. As long as it doesn't roll higher than me again. And it did. Well then. Well, I guess it's one way to keep himself from getting consumed by Jurassic just yet. Just march right at the thing. Because, like, actually, I think that'll give him pretty much a perfect opportunity to escape. Because he's probably not going to, because the blizzard probably isn't going to be happening for much longer. And so, to my knowledge, as long as he's on Jurassic's space, he won't die from Jurassic. Actually, the Arcane Scion has decided to just end his turn immediately. Or not. As the minstrel has stopped him. Which also means that the minstrel isn't going to be pulled around quite as much. Just he no longer has a second spell. Oh, I think... Oh, right. I've got a magic object. That's what's dragging me around. And it's the distant reach of Jurassic. That's what's causing me to be pulled around. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna fight this beast yet again. Although that's probably a poor choice. Especially when I accidentally click the thing to choose not to use my weapon. But I actually... Clearly the rune sword is just inferior to troll fists. Because... I still died somehow. What killed me this time? What killed me there? Let's see, the enemy drone Callan Callan comes to rest and consume. No clue what happened there. Like, there's something I'm not getting about the effects on that card. Oh, I think I accidentally encountered it again, and so its effect happened and killed me. So guess I've gotta try and come back from the dead. Well, I mean, I don't think we're gonna have that much time for me to do much of anything in that regard, because it's already past the minstrel's turn, and the minstrel has 3 items. Has 3 magic items and spells, and 2 life, and is within 3 spaces of Jurasis. And there are no more terrain cards for Jurasis to use. So I think Jurasis is about to apex. Yep. The minstrel has been consumed. But nothing appears to have happened. Most of the what happens now? See, Jurasis attempts to place a Cursed Glade terrain card and there are not available. Jurasis reaches the apex during the land of all magic and life. The closest space is not already a Cursed Glade. Was there another Cursed Glade terrain card that I was able to use? I have no idea what happened there. Because I thought it was about the apex, but I guess not. Because nothing seems to have happened. So I guess I'll just head over here. Rising Mist. A thick mist lingers across the realms. For 3 rounds, all spirits add 1 to their attack score. The strong breeze pushes the rising mist to the discard pile. Like, I could have sworn, you know, something big was about to happen. Right now, it's just... Which, I mean, right now, how most of the characters there's in play are kind of above the concerns of the earthly realm. Since there's only 2 living characters left. And the rest are ghosts. which means that if anyone gets one particular spell, then everybody could just, then most of the characters in the game could just end up trapped on the Crown of Command, and for all eternity. The Arcane Scion has at least one magic object. Yep, one magic object, so he's going to be dragged one space at the end of the round. I think the Rune Lord might actually be helping with the Drassus situation. Oh, now I found a poltergeist. So now I have to move one space per turn. But hey, on the plus side, I'm one space away from my body. So I can probably just bounce around for a little while, until I can gain one life, and then come right back to my body, and then come back from the dead. I guess since Drassus isn't apexing yet, then depending on what exactly that means, and maybe we won't finish in the next half hour. In which case, I'll have to continue this on a later stream. Just gotta hope that I don't, to get defeated in psychic combat at some point. Like it's gotta be tough for trolls to come back from the dead, since most of the enemies that you find ain't in their own souls, all the spirits, so they fight with psychic combat. Well, the Arcane Scion has freed himself of his belt that was going to start causing him to be dragged towards Drassus, so yeah, nope, doesn't look like the twins are on either side of each other just yet. Draw a Veil card, Spectre, and the Dark Pit. You may offer the soul if you wish. If you do lose one life, you can roll 3 dice for your movement on your next turn. Nope, definitely not doing that. So I probably won't even have a life to spare. Nope. Because I just got killed by a Spectre. Which means I'm on to my third new character. Or this one stream. And hey, that means that there'll be one less ghost around as well. Well, because I'll be back to playing a living character. Just as soon as it gets around my turn. Well, it looks like the prophetess has some magic items. Yep, she's got a spell and Talisman of Censure. So she got dragged to spaces where you can bring back the trophy hunter, or it can be the thief or the clairvoyant. See what the clairvoyant does. Depending fate to reroll a die, you may use either of the results. Whenever you draw adventure cards, you put one card of your choice you do not wish to encounter at the bottom of the deck and draw one more card to replace it, which you must encounter. Pretty good ability, so let's go with her. Right. Let's see. Runes and big rune guy. Like, basically, I believe this guy, Kurnos, actually destroyed some of the cursed glades, which means that at the very least we have more time. See, Order of Josephine, you may heal up to 2 life if you do. You, another character, of your choice gains 1 life. In Soulstorm, the King of the Dead is testing barons of his realm. Place the top 5 cards of the Veil deck on top of the Adventure deck. Yeah, I'm gonna replace Soulstorm. Draw a different card. You get a bag of gold instead. So now the Soulstorm is on the very bottom of the Adventure deck. Oh, and looks like another. Nope. Thought maybe the ghost was gonna. The never-ending mist. When you're a ghost character, you may evade any enemies you encounter. So this particular ghost isn't gonna have to worry about dying from that kind of stuff. Is it? Oh yeah, ghost fight. It's time for a ghost fight hit, I guess. Which, I mean, one of them is the ghost of the warrior, and he did like make fighting other AI players. It was quite a bit when he was alive. Okay, now only half of the characters on the board are dead, rather than 2/3. You know, there's still just all these various monsters, and in fact there's another one now, Trovius. Yes, might as well see what that one does. Ooh, looks like it rolls dice for something. I guess maybe movement. See, Trovius. Colossal Mountain Horde. The shimmering mountain of treasure assimilated over generations of Trovius into Trovius' carapace. It can be seen for miles. At the end of each round, Trovius rolls 2 dice. The first die will cause Trovius to move that many spaces clockwise. The second determines how many spaces Trovius moves counterclockwise. Trovius assimilates any objects laying face up on those spaces he moves through, adding them to his carapace. Any characters Trovius passes while else moving or forced to relinquish an object as an offering, those who don't suffer his wrath and lose 1 life. If you defeat Trovius, the attack counts as a standoff unless your attack score wins by more points than the number of objects Trovius has. Trovius' carapace has 20 objects. He will achieve the apex. Each time you defeat Trovius, you take an object from his treasure cache. If you kill Trovius, take the carapace. He's a burden and beast card and a beast reward, along with any objects remaining in his cache. Storing phase. Character with most objects random on draws. Right. Let's see, either the plains or here. I'm gonna go over here. Stomp out all this brood. New token. Place the imp. With Rust Hill Marauders. You know, I'll just destroy this maze. I've got to fight the Marauders. And at -1. They almost didn't win. Because I had a 7 total. Also, I'm just kind of confused as to what happened with Drasus, because like I thought I was gonna do a special thing. I guess not. Maybe something destroyed one of the cursed glades that I already created. Oh, the druid has come back from the dead. Yeah. I mean, hey, if apexing is what I think it is, then that just means that we don't have to deal with that just means that we have more time to actually maybe even have somebody win the game. Ow. Mother just runs right over. over and kills the thing that attacked me. Right, so now we got one, so you can either head to the breach, which has a lot of stuff on it, but that includes a lot of monsters. Yeah, that one sword isn't worth it. Especially since I can't even have that one sword. Because I'm good. Oh, I did not even realize that this dude was here. Oh, and there's also another beast coming. The Beast King. Guess I'll fight this guy with craft and auto lose. Let's see. Amarok, Beast King. Having witnessed many beasts, young and old, have their lives cut short, the Beast King has stepped forth onto the battlefield to strike back against those who wish to slay his kin. Man has built cages and walls around nature. Amarok will return to the wilds. Amarok rolls 2 dice in battle and adds them together for his attack roll. Well, if you attack Amarok, reveal no cards from the top of the adventure deck until you reveal an animal. Place the animal on space and use and fight them together. Discard all other cards revealed this way. Whenever an animal is attacked, Amarok will come to defend it. He moves to that space and fights alongside the animal. Oh. If Amarok successfully defends the animal, it joins his pack and is placed on Amarok's card. Amarok adds 1 to his attack roll in battle or second combat for each animal in his pack. If you kill Amarok, take the Shard of the Wild Beast card. These reward. Well, that's going to make some of the potential draws very interesting. Because now if you try and kill any animal, well, Amarok will just come for you. You're right then and there. Like, oh, you wanted to kill this one strength wild boar? Nope, we're fighting Amarok now. And it's bound to be a pretty tough fight. Considering Amarok. No, actually, maybe not, because I mean Amarok's only a 1/1. Which is probably why like, although he can have up to a 13. Oh, the warrior's just fully dead now. Means we're down to 1 ghost. I've already forgotten what that ghost used to be. Or the minstrel. Well, that's what the green ghost used to be. That seems like a poor choice. Hold on, what did you do? What exactly did you do? Just now? See. What's the first? Rise of the Sun Ultra spell. Rise of the Cursed Glade loses 3 life. Oh, that was on Jurassic's turn. Like the druid just gained 1 spell and immediately got killed, just gained spells and immediately got killed for them. So now, I believe that, yep, the first glade is back. See, terrain. However, there are 2 cursed glades in the terrain deck right now, so 2 more characters can die from Jurassic's ability before we have to worry about it. To apexing. Yeah, I'm gonna just fight this shadow since I've got enough craft to at least break a tie with it. It in my favor. Hey, I actually beat something. Go me. Yeah, we're 2 rounds away from the rise of Amarok. I mean, I'm not sure we've been having to fight many animals. So, too many people keep dying, so a lot of the combats end up being psychic combat with spirits. And the wizard has returned. But at the same time, this is kind of a terrible time to be a wizard. Since it's just going to be... He dragged it. Already, he's starting being dragged at 2 spaces per turn. No, 2 spaces per round by Jurassic, so... Oh, and... I thought the prophet this is picked up... Oh, I think she's just encountering places first. Nope. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh, I think she just opted to not pick the thing up, which I mean makes sense because you know, she's got a spell and having magic objects or spells is a liability. So you wouldn't want to take a magic object that then makes it to where you can't use one of your spells at all. Since, you know, that would get rid of some of the risk of getting dragged into Jurassic's maw. Right. Oh, and the Sentinel's back. So I guess I'll just head over to these ruins. I'll take this cross and you know, I'll give the ghost minstrel 1 life. So if he ever makes it back to his grave marker, he can come back. Heck, if he feels like it. Or he could just lose the one life fairly soon after getting it. That could also happen. When the Wanderer has returned once again and peddling maps. And the Prophetess has begun a time warp. Which does mean that she gains one spell back. It also means that she's got extra time before her Jurassic starts dragging her around again. So that the next beast will arrive at the end of this round. I mean, also almost to the 3-hour mark of uptime, so this is probably gonna have to have a part 2, at least. Namely because, for whatever reason, Jurassic didn't Apex. Either I ever did, and I'm just misunderstanding what that means. But I imagine it means game over for everyone. Just going on the way it's described. And I have a magic object now as well, so I'm also going to be dragged around by Jurassic. Right. For the 2 minutes 59 seconds and almost the 2 minutes, 2 hours 59 minutes and less than 10 seconds to the next minute mark, so reach a good stopping point. So I'm going to end things here for tonight, and we can continue this next week. So thank you all for watching. Next stream will be on Friday with Viewer's Choice. We're going to be trying out a new system for Viewer's Choice, as you can likely tell from the addition of a new extension. And as the Brew extension has at least the beginning phases of having support for channels that that aren't partnered or affiliate. Because normally the BrewQ extension and it uses subscriptions and bits to get you the points used for it, but I saw it, but I saw it on the extensions page. Like, hey, that would be pretty good for viewers' choice, and so I actually emailed the dev, and apparently they were already working on support for non-affiliate plus those channels. Also, there's nobody live with Talisman. However, Rune42 who follows me and he ended their life, so let's raid them. But we can send the raid their way. Yeah, and that this is like latest update to BrewQ as a complimentary points feature that will be available soon for all channels. But because I expressed interest before it was rolled out, how did the dev actually let me in on it early? So we get to try that out Friday. Now let's send a raid of Rune42. There, and thank you all for watching. Next stream on Friday, viewer's choice, trying out a shiny new extension. And to facilitate it, which if the queue currently has less than 3 games in it, I'll add some in and either tomorrow or Friday, because we've also got it set up to where each day, each game in the queue gains a point. Gains it automatically. So like, if a game doesn't get is in the queue but doesn't get much support, it will get played eventually. He most likely, unless it's just continually overshadowed by more supported games. Anyway, once again, thank you all for watching. You're going to raid Rune42 now.